beauty to your holistic and cyclical approach to life and business. I'm Leticia Ringe, and today we're talking about what to do when you feel like giving up. So what I'm talking about here is, what do we do when we have our dream, we've been working towards creating it, and now you're at the point where you feel like you want to quit. You want to give up on the dream. You're like, no thanks, this is too much. I'm throwing the towel in. I don't know whether this is something I can keep on doing. Now, this is different to my last video, which was all about what to do when you want it all now and you're frustrated because it's not coming through just yet. If that's your problem, I suggest you go back to that video and check it out, because today's video is, what do we do when we actually want to throw the towel in? When we're so prepared to quit, to give up, we're thinking this is not worth it, it's too hard, it's too painful, it's not what I expected, or I am freaking out because it actually feels really real now and I am scared. So we'll be talking about why not to give up and to quit on your dreams just yet, and I'll be taking you through a whole array, because seriously, I could talk about this forever. Like, I have about 30 suggestions in my head right now. I'm not going to go through all 30. I'm going to give you a good number of solutions that you can use right now, today, to move forward on your dream with alignment, with joy, with whatever feels beautiful to you, rather than quitting and giving up on your dream. Because my guess is, if you're here watching this video right now, that your dream is not something that your soul wants you to quit. And right now, it's probably your mind that is feeling really frustrated with where you're at, because the journey's going in a different way to what you expected, or it's simply feeling scared because when we go after our dreams and when they actually start to come true, it can be really, really scary. So as always, have so much compassion for yourself for where you are right now, and know that I've been exactly where you are so many times, and it's a normal part of the process of making our dreams a reality. Now, I just want to also mention that what we're talking about today is different to when you had a dream, or there was something that wasn't really aligned that you thought you wanted, and now you've realized you have a deep knowing that this is not right for you. Now, a lot of my clients do get confused about the difference. So when they're going forward, going after their dreams, they come and see me and they say, I want this business, I want this life, and I'm ready for it. And then we start working towards it, and without a doubt, at some point along that journey, and usually it's maybe 2 sessions after we get started, some people it's further along, but no doubt at some point along the journey, my client will then think and believe that they do not want the dream anymore. They'll think it's too hard, they'll be too scared, they'll say, hey, I just want this to be more easeful, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm confused, I'm overwhelmed, and all of the things. Now, this is coming from the mind.
What I'm gonna do is go ahead and leave, because right now I'm feeling very fragile.
And the way that you know it's coming from the mind is because we have these emotions like confusion, doubt, overwhelm, that are the dominant emotion that you're experiencing. So let me give you an example of the difference. When I used to be a lawyer, there was a part of my journey that I really wanted to be a lawyer. So I was going on the journey of making my dreams a reality. I was doing my studies, I was working in a law firm, I was doing all the things, and it was fun and exciting. And there were times along that journey where I really wanted to give up. But the reason I wanted to give up at those times was because it was hard. I didn't want to keep studying. I didn't want to stop sacrificing my social life. I didn't want to keep having to work and study at the same time. I didn't want to go out and speak in front of a judge because I was scared. So these were all coming from a place of fear. And then the emotions that would come up, my mind would start justifying all the reasons why I didn't want to do it anymore. But if I really dialed back on my why, it was because I was scared. So that, my friend, is not a good enough reason to quit your dream. Now, for me on my own journey, this did change at some point. At some point, I had these feelings of wanting more for myself, of being in the wrong place, this inner knowing that I was not meant to be doing the work that I was doing anymore. And this time instead, my fear was about leaving. It was about doing something new. It was about doing something unknown. The fear came from the uncertainty of taking the leap into something different. So eventually I just continued to ignore that inner knowing, and then my body started to break down. And so the universe sent me other signs to say, hey, Leticia, wake up. We need you to change direction. And that is how I became a life and holistic business coach. So we are not talking about this second half of my journey, that second example. We're not talking about when you have that deep inner knowing and it's coming from a soul-led place or a heart-driven place, that what you're doing is no longer in alignment. And just to also help you with any of those emotions of confusion that might be coming up when you think about this scenario, if you have recently started to pursue a dream and it was something that you know was so in alignment, like it's what you're here to do, and you're so inspired and motivated, and you know what your values are and how you want to embody those values, and this is exactly aligned with that. And now that you've actually started taking action and it's not happening as quickly as you want, or it's starting to feel really real, you've now decided that, hey, I think I might want to quit, or you've had a challenge that has challenged you along the journey and made you have to ask the question, is this something that I really want? If this is you and you're being challenged in this way, then that is so different to being now out of alignment with your dream. And I always love to believe that our dreams do not give up on us so easily. So I always like to advise my clients to trust the process, trust the dream. If they're really not meant to be doing this anymore, you will know. Okay, so like I mentioned at the top of this video, there will be a moment in your journey of making your dreams a reality where you will feel like quitting or giving up on your dream. That is for sure. Now, it might be one time, it might be many, it might be many, 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 like it has been for me personally. But once you know how to use this discomfort to tweak things so that they feel more aligned for you rather than throw the towel in, you will find that you will propel forward on your journey of creating your dreams and making them a reality rather than putting further blocks in your way. So let's talk first about why this happens, why we feel like we want to give up. As I mentioned before, a large part of this is because of the mind. The mind trying to control how the journey should look, the mind being too attached to the outcome and the end destination, and the mind being afraid. So whenever we step outside of our comfort zone, which you will be doing if you're going after your dreams, you will have lots of moments along the journey where the mind is going to be signaling this is life-threatening. You need to stop, turn around, go back to home. Please don't pass go. Just get back into your comfort zone because it's going to be so much less scary there.
Okay, I'm out. Can't do this anymore. Need to go home.
And so everything within you is going, I want to go back home. I want to be in that comfort zone. But you will go back home or you'll quit the dream, and then you're going to go through the exact same process that led you to starting on your dream in the first place. It's gonna feel boring back home. You're not gonna like it anymore. You're gonna feel like you wanna grow and evolve. You're gonna ask yourself, why did I do that? Why wasn't I ready to navigate that fear at that time? And you know what? If that's you and you've quit on your dream, you've already done it or you've done it before, please have compassion for yourself because it's all a learning opportunity. But that is what's going to happen if you quit your dream today and it's not actually what your soul is calling you to do. Right now, the mind is being very, very loud. And so what we want to do is ease some of that loudness and use some of the fear and also Perhaps there are small aspects about what you're doing that just need to be tweaked to bring you back into alignment. And this is because we are always growing and evolving as individuals. So what was once in alignment for you may no longer be in alignment for you today. Now, it's unlikely that the general direction that you're heading it to is going to be completely out of alignment, but there will be certain values of yours that may have changed now. And so when we aren't constantly turning within, looking within, asking ourselves, what feels in alignment now? What are my values now? If we don't do that regularly, then we can easily start to feel like, oh wow, I'm doing what I thought that I wanted to do, and now that feels out of alignment. And so what we need to do is to say, hey, well, how can we go back the way that we were heading, but do it in a way that now feels more aligned? So for instance, you might now feel not inspired by what you're doing. You might have reached a plateau and you're feeling uninspired. You don't feel motivated. You feel like, I just need a refresh. I need to do something new. And so along your business journey, you might think, you know what, the business sucks. I don't want to do it anymore. This isn't what I was here to do. And actually what needs to happen is you just need to find a different way of perhaps communicating, of working with other people, and you just need to tweak something that's happening on the inside of that business and the way you're showing up for it, rather than throwing out the baby with all the bathwater. So there are a couple of ways this scenario will show up. As I mentioned, fear, you're being challenged, you've hit a plateau, or you're now freaking out because it's all coming true and your mind is going, whoa, you need to go back in within your comfort zone. Now, some other reasons that this might be happening is because you're not trusting the process. A big part of creating and making our dreams a reality is allowing ourselves to be guided along the journey of our life, of our journey of creating our business, and being open to what's showing up in the present circumstances. So for instance, you might really want to do something in a specific way, but what's actually been showing up for you is something a little bit different. Now, we need to say yes to these little detours rather than saying no all the time, because there might be actually a way that is showing up for you to support you in getting what you want in a much faster way than what you had originally planned. So we need to trust the process, trust that whatever is showing up is happening for you so that you can get to where you ultimately want to go. Now, another thing that might be causing you to want to quit on your dream is because you feel like you're hustling way too much. You feel like you're doing too much, you're putting too much energy out there. And so what this feeling of wanting to give up or to quit might be telling you is that we need to just trust a little more. So lean back. You don't need to hustle so much. You don't need to be worried so much. You don't need to control the process so much, but trust, open up to the possibilities that are being presented. Now, you might also feel like quitting because you haven't been putting in enough momentum. And so the remedy for you might actually be going out and doing more if the effort that you've been putting in, you know, hasn't been in alignment with what your 100% is in showing up for this aspect of your life. Now, please know that I don't mean that means that you have to just focus on making your dream a reality and not living your life and having fun and enjoying all of the beautiful things that life has to offer. What I'm talking about is when you know that you're not really 100% committed to your dream and you haven't been giving it what to you is your all in that given moment and area of your life. And finally, we feel like quitting and giving up on our dream when we aren't accepting where we are. So where you are right now is the perfect place to be. There's something for you to learn through this space where you are right now, and it's totally relevant to your dream and to making that a reality. So what I want you to do is start to love where you are, while at the same time being ready for more and this next chapter for yourself. Okay, so let's talk about the solutions to when you feel like giving up so that you can move forward, not giving up, but feeling way more in alignment and with that new, fresh energy for this next chapter of your beautiful life and business journey. So the first thing is accept where you are. Ask yourself, what do I need to do today to accept where I am? And that might simply be acknowledging where you are in this moment. So write down right now, where am I today? And just free write what comes up for you. I'm at this place in my business. I'm at this place in my relationships. I'm at this place with my finances. Look at your life as a whole and write down exactly where you are so that you can accept where you are today. This is the best place to start anything from. Number 2, let go of the results and shift your focus to enjoying the journey. So ask yourself, what can I do today to enjoy the process of making my dreams a reality? Now, I want you to ask yourself this question because only you have the answers. And if it's not a question you've asked yourself recently, chances are what brought you joy now, or what brings you joy now compared to what brought you joy before whenever you last asked that question, which may have been at the very beginning of trying to make your dreams a reality, has changed. And so we want you to infuse this new energy of joy and the way that it's showing up for you now into your life and or business. And number 3, change how you view challenge and ease. So challenges are always learning opportunities and to be expected. Now, if we view challenges as something that are to be avoided, we don't want things to be hard, then we're setting ourselves up not to succeed, because no doubt along the journey of creating your dreams, you're going to be challenged. You'll be challenged to step outside of your comfort zone, and you'll be challenged to do things and show up in ways that you haven't before, to occupy a space that you've never occupied before. And so this is going to feel uncomfortable and will be in and of itself a challenge. So when we expect things to be easy all the time, as in not have any challenges, versus wanting the journey to creating what we want to be aligned and easeful, we set ourselves up for failure, because we think that when something gets hard or when there is a challenge, that means that we're not supposed to be doing this, that it's no longer in alignment. And that's simply not true, because your heart and your soul, whatever it's about creating your dreams, is going to lead you to places that do not feel comfortable, and so you will feel challenged and you will feel unsafe and afraid at times, and that's a normal part of the process. So it's about reframing challenge and seeing it as a great thing. Like, imagine if when you had a challenge you said, yes, oh my gosh, I can't wait to solve this. I wonder how I'm going to solve it. I can't wait to see how I overcome this challenge. Rather than, I've got a challenge, so that means that this mustn't be in alignment anymore because I expected things to be easy and I'm not up for doing hard things. You would be so unsatisfied with having a life where everything is easy. Now, easeful and aligned means that it is a challenge that your soul has signed up for. This is a challenge to help you grow and evolve. It's a challenge to help you become a better version of yourself. It's a challenge to help you open up more, to trust more, to also challenge you to let go of the way that you expected things to happen along this journey, because there is something more meant for you. So reframe challenge, and also, rather than looking for things to be easy, shift to looking to find that ease and alignment by making sure the way that you show up for the challenge is in alignment with you. And number 4, decrease the importance of the challenge, of the goal, of the journey, of the dream. When we make things feel too important, it freaks us out. We become too attached, too controlling, because we're afraid of what we might lose. And when things are so important, it means that we're always judging how we're acting and responding in every single moment, and we take all of the fun out of it. So no wonder we want to give up. So decrease the importance by taking a step back, by asking yourself, where is the fun in this? By reminding yourself that this situation really isn't life or death, and that will help you move forward without feeling like there is so much pressure on you to get this right. Number 5, remember why you got started in the first place. So why did you want to start the business? Why did you want the relationship? Why did you fall in love with this person? Why did you want a family? Why did you want this dream? What was motivating you right from the get-go? Remind yourself of your why, and I'm sure that will help you to feel motivated and aligned moving forward. And number 6, do something to shift your energy. So our energy can get pretty stagnant along the journey of creating our dreams, and we feel that the same thing that once got us inspired is still going to be the same thing that works today. But we are growth-seeking beings who are always growing and evolving, and so we constantly need to be refreshing our energy, bringing in new elements, trying new things, being curious and adventurous. So go out and do something to change your energy, and the best way to start that, no matter what situation you're in, is actually to get out and physically shift your energy. So do something to physically shift and change your energy, and perhaps that could be doing or trying something completely new, a new form of exercise or dance than the way you've ever moved before. So go and shift your energy. And number 7, take a break. Just take a break. But do not take a break for too long. So being in momentum is really important when it comes to showing up for our dreams, because the fear gets so loud. This momentum that you find yourself in makes the fear a little bit less loud. So when you stop and take a break for too long, it can be harder to get back into that momentum of going after your dream again. So take a break, but don't take a break for too long. And number 8, look at what is flowing to you. So sometimes we want to give up because we feel like we keep coming up against all these roadblocks, when actually these roadblocks are invitations to try things in a new way that you hadn't thought of before. So what is flowing to you in this current moment? What is the universe asking you to explore? How can you play with the obstacles or the resistance that you believe you're facing, rather than deciding that they are obstacles standing in your way? How can you work with them, and what is life flowing to you? And number 9, look at what is working. What is fantastic about your life at the moment? What have you already received in terms of your dreams? What's working for you already? Take note of these things and write them down. Allow yourself to come from a place of appreciation and gratitude for what is already working. And number 10, recommit to your values and the journey. So what your values are today might be slightly different to what your values were a month ago, or even when you first started the process of making your dreams a reality, just like with our joy. So you need to tune in constantly and ask you, what do I value most, and what values do I want to embody along the journey of bringing my dreams into reality? So ask yourself, what are my core values today, and write down 3 to 5 of them, and make sure that every single thing that you're doing in your business and in your life is aligned with those values. And by recommitting to the journey rather than the result itself, you're committing to what you have control over, which is the present moment and how you show up for it right now. And so if we don't know what our values are and how we want to feel in these present moments, we aren't able to pick to do things in a way that support those values. So recommit to your values and the journey, and by doing either all of these things or even just 1 or 2, whichever ones speak the most to you, you will show up for your life and for your business dreams with fresh alignment, and you won't want to quit or throw the baby out with the bathwater anymore, and you can move forward on that beautiful dream which you have received for a reason. Your soul is here to create that dream and bring it into reality. And I cannot wait to hear how you do it. Okay, my beautiful friends, thank you for joining me for this video. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up and leave a comment below and let me know what resonates most with you. And if you have any other ideas for videos that you'd love me to speak on, please share those in the comments below. And if you're not yet in the Make a Difference Soul Tribe, which is my free Facebook community where I offer lots of trainings to help you in creating a life and business that is beautiful for you so that you can make your difference and thrive, then come and join us. I'll pop a link in the show notes below so you can do just that.